O.J. Simpson living in no negative zone 25 years after deaths of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman. So I guess it's the anniversary today. Well, by the time the audience sees it, it'll be like maybe a day late or whatever.
Hey, guys, it's not being negative. I just killed 2 people.
Or I guess it was on June 10th, so we're a few days late, but whatever. After 25 years living under the shadow of one of the nation's most notorious murder cases, O.J. Simpson says his life has entered a phase he calls the no negative zone. In a television,
Can you give me directions?
Yeah, you want to get there, Paul?
Man, I need to go there right fucking now, man. I need to take like a good 24-hour, 48-hour just break in the no negative zone, dude.
Cool.
Where's that at?
Well,
maybe
OJ.
You know the way, Paul.
I'll keep reading. Maybe OJ will show you the way. In a telephone interview, Simpson told the Associated Press he is healthy and happy and living in Las Vegas. Neither he nor his children want to look back by talking about June 12th, 1994.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that was today, when his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ronald Goldman, were killed, and Simpson
murdered by
quickly
O.J. Simpson.
was transformed in the public mind from revered Pro Football Hall of Fame hero to murder suspect.
No. They were murdered by O.J. Simpson.
Not according to the jury, Scotty.
Yes.
Well, they were wrong.
We don't need to go back and relive the worst day of our lives, Simpson said. The subject of the moment is the subject I will never revisit again. My family and I have moved on to what we call the no negative zone. We focus on the positives.
I was acquitted for murdering those people. That's good.
Stop looking into the past, Paul.
I don't. You think I have to look to the past to find negatives?
I mean, that's what you got to just live in.
Where's
the
he finding the positives in the world?
Let's see. For a man who once lived in the spotlight, Simpson's been keeping a largely low profile since his release from prison in October of 2017 after serving 9 years for a robbery kidnapping conviction in Las Vegas. He continues to believe his conviction and sentence for trying to steal back his own memorabilia were unfair, but says, I believe in the legal system, and I honored it. I served my time. What choice did you have?
Yeah, I mean,
you honored it? I mean...
You were going to jump in the Bronco again and take off?
Oh, Jay, you're going to come serve your sentence? You know what? I honor the system.
I honor this. I'll bother to show up to prison.
Yeah.
After you honored the system that back then, too, by running around in the backseat of a Bronco with half of the LAPD after you, waving a gun around and shit.
Apparently they love him in Vegas. He says, the town has been good to me. Everybody I meet seems to be apologizing for what happened to me here.
Hey, everybody loves me.
What happened? All right.
Well, he got arrested for. Honestly, he got arrested on some bullshit charges. I mean, it was pretty lame. They really threw the book at him almost as retribution for the time he got away with murder. His time in the city hasn't been without controversy. However, a month after his release, an outing at a steakhouse and lounge in the Cosmopolitan Resort of the Las Vegas Strip ended in a dispute. Simpson was ordered off the property and prohibited from returning. No such problems have occurred since, and Simpson is among one of the most sought-after figures in town for selfies, and with those who encounter him at restaurants or athletic events he attends occasionally. He plays golf almost every day and said he is a member of a club of retired guys who compete with each other on the golf course. The knees that helped him run to football glory at the University of Southern California and with the NFL's Buffalo Bills have been replaced, and he recently had LASIK surgery on his eyes, but nearing his 72nd birthday, he is otherwise healthy. Simpson said he remains close to his children and other relatives. His parole officer has given him permission to take short trips, including to Florida, where his 2 younger children, Justin and Sydney, have built careers in real estate. His older daughter, Arnell, lives with him much of the time, but also commutes to Los Angeles, blah, blah, blah. It just seems like life is going okay for OJ.
It would seem that way, wouldn't it?
So good for him. Good for you, OJ.
I'll stop short of good for you.
Good for you, OJ.
I believe he brutally murdered 2 people in 1994.
So do I.
So fuck good for him. He should be in a fucking prison.
Look, Paul, we can't focus on the negatives. You got to focus on the positives.
No, you know what? He got away with it, and good for him. And if I ever see you, OJ, I'll take that selfie, buddy.
Well, I mean, I probably would too. I mean, it's OJ.
I mean,
it's edgy TJ.
Dude, I mean, look, there has to be. It's not even edgy.
Who else but edgy TJ?
Apparently, there's people taking selfies with him all the time. So how am I alone, the fucking edgelord on this?
Because you're basically espousing you would go out of your way to get this fucking selfie.
Of course, you wouldn't.
Aren't you going to Las
Vegas?
Vegas?
If I told you,
hey, aren't you going to Las Vegas?
I am. And you know what? I'm gonna try to fucking find OJ.
TJ's coming.
The hunt for OJ. I'm gonna find OJ. We're gonna take a selfie. It's gonna be good.
I want a documentary about this, TJ.
I'm gonna get him I should give OJ like one of those fake plastic knives, you know,
Oh yeah.
And be like, yeah, just like jab this into my neck. You know, it'll be funny.
That would work.
It'll be awesome. You think he would do it? Probably not.
I don't think so.
Probably not. No,
What if I
guess.
gave him like $100?
Oh, then you do it.
You think he's that? You think he's cash strapped
I
enough?
doubt he's that cash strapped.
Damn
He's
it.
living in Vegas.
Yeah, I
and
mean, it sounds like he's doing
Playing
okay.
golf every day. I
playing
think
golf
he's-
every day.
Where is he getting money from? Like,
I mean-
you know, like he lost a bunch in civil suits and shit. He was
Right.
a few years before he went to prison. He was so desperate. He was like, who's giving this motherfucker money?
I mean, he probably still gets residuals and shit from his like mini commercial and movie appearances, and I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he sold off a bunch of memorabilia that he had, you know, that was worth a
Yeah.
bunch of fucking money.
you know
just got a little nest egg set away. I don't know.
I'm just glad that there's a guy in America who got away with murder because we need at least a few. And
There's always going to be at least a few.
yeah, and you know he's the most famous example, and that's what to me that's what OJ is a celebrity for. I don't fucking care about his football career. I don't care about none of that.
He was a pretty great football player.
Yeah,
too.
I don't care about that. I don't care about his football career. I don't care about him being in the Naked Gun movies. Or
He
any
was
of that
great
shit.
in those too.
Yeah, you know the thing I really care about is he murdered some people and he should have gone to jail, but he didn't. So you know he beat the system. How often can you say that? He fought the law and the law lost. So
Well,
he's
the first time around.
he's a true American hero. You know, I think we should all take our hats off to OJ. That's all I'm saying. And yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. Does anyone have any rebuttal to that? Anything they want to add?
I think you're insensitive and stupid for liking that O.J. Simpson is free for the brutal murders of two innocent people. But other than that, no, not really.
Yeah.
What you Scotty? Anything?
You're a flaming retard.
You guys just don't understand
Not
the
just
American
a retard,
spirit.
TJ. You're a,
You know, when we
maybe
all,
you're right.
you know, when we all sat here through the lens of history and talked about, you know, Jesse James or something, we were all talking like, yeah, America used to fucking venerate outlaws and what a fucking, you know, all about wistful for
OJ's
that
not
time.
an outlaw.
He is.
No, he's not.
He was. What do you think that was in the Bronco, huh? OJ is a modern day American outlaw, and he's a fucking
he
folk
wasn't.
hero to me.
He was someone that was.
I'm
trying
gonna
to-
fucking create the
He
ballad
was
of OJ.
someone that was able to avoid responsibilities when he was obviously guilty, because mainly because he had a very good trial lawyer that convinced people.
He had
it was
the
it
fucking
was racially
best
motivated.
trial lawyer
He can, yeah, Johnny
of
Cochran,
all time.
amongst others. He had an excellent legal team. They were able to fucking tie basically the racial tensions of that area in that time to the case successfully. And even though there was a bunch of overwhelming DNA evidence and scientific evidence that proved that OJ in fact killed those people.
More like DN gay, am I right?
So if you want to dismiss all of that and say, hey, I'm a normally scientific, skeptic-minded person, and say, well, OJ beat the
Well,
system.
I'm not saying that OJ is innocent. So
Of course,
That's
So I don't know what science I'm denying. I didn't say like, oh, he's actually innocent and the DNA is wrong.
what we're saying is based on that, OJ should be in prison for the rest of his life. Or he should have already, you know, I don't know, maybe after a certain amount of time he could have been paroled.
he should. Yeah, he should definitely
I
have
think-
served prison time for that.
Yes.
Not just the time that he spent while he was incarcerated as the suspect for that, but actually
Well,
the
you
time
know what?
for those two
A
lives,
jury-
which probably would have been
A
the
jury
end
of
of
his
life.
peers disagrees with you.
And they
guys.
rendered the wrong verdict.
Our justice system. You could say all this shoulda, coulda, woulda,
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
but our justice system tried O.J. Simpson and found him not guilty.
and
it's
then
a
the
flawed
civil
legal
arm of our
system.
justice system tried him again and found him liable for the deaths of those two people. So,
Fucking civil system. What are you gonna do? You know,
yeah, what are you gonna do?
they
about
were
that?
tainted. I mean, it was the biggest trial of all time.
I mean, that's part of our justice system, though. TJ, do
They
you
had
question that?
prejudged that.
You can't question that.
I do question it. That's
can't.
that part I question.
You can't.
That part. I
Oh,
question.
yeah, that part you're a skeptic on. Okay, of
All
course.
right.